Hi, in this video we're diving into the topic of travel planning apps. There are a lot of options out there, but we filtered out the most popular ones and tried them all so you don't have to. We'll take a look at TripAdvisor, Travel Mapper, Wanderlog, Tripit, and Roadtrippers. Specifically, we'll go over each app based on the following: user experience and learning curve, features and capability, price, and finish off with the pros and cons of each app. Keep in mind this video will be from the perspective of travel planning, navigating during your trip, and documenting important information before and after the trip. All of the apps mentioned do these things to various degrees. What we won't go over are aspects like scrapbooking your travels, getting deals on flights and hotels, or social media related features. Also, whenever applicable, I'll use a rating system of 1 to 5, with 5 being great and 1 being poor to characterize certain aspects of each app. With that context in mind, let's get started. First, let's talk about each app's user experience and learning curve. We all know TripAdvisor as a travel platform that provides reviews and ratings for places and things to do. It also allows us to compare prices, make bookings, and act as a forum for advice and experiences. Lesser known is the travel planner that TripAdvisor provides for its users. It is by far the most simple user interface out of the 5 apps presented in this video. You can save attractions, things to do, restaurants, and more to your trip by clicking one of the categories, looking for something fun and interesting, clicking the heart icon, and selecting the trip you want to add that thing to. Then, to add them to a specific day, go to your trip itinerary, click on the Add button, and select the things you want to add to that specific day. Additionally, you can add comments to each item that you've added as simple, unformatted text. You can also make notes that are independent from places in your itinerary. Make sure you're in the Saves tab and click More, and then click Create a Note. Once you're done with that, you can add it to your itinerary by clicking Itinerary, find the day you want to add it to and click the Add button, and then select the note you want to add for that day. Here's some footage of the mobile version of the app. Tap the plus icon to save something to this trip. Then you can add it to your itinerary by tapping Add Today. Here's a look at the map, and as you cycle through your itinerary, the items will be highlighted on the map. In both the mobile and browser versions, the UI is clean, uncluttered, and fast. If you need a high-level general itinerary which can be viewable on your phone or computer, the TripAdvisor app will work for you. Because it is so simple and clean, I'm giving TripAdvisor's user experience and learning curve rating a 5 out of 5. Next, let's take a look at Travel Mapper. Travel Mapper is the most popular and highest rated travel planning app that works with Google Sheets. If you're familiar with Google Sheets or spreadsheets in general, learning to use Travel Mapper will be extremely easy. Travel Mapper automatically creates 3 sheets in your file that are designed to be an itinerary, a checklist for to-dos and things to bring, and a sheet to record and split expenses. There are 2 main components to the Travel Mapper interface, and the first one is this sidebar that houses the map next to the spreadsheet. Here you can view where places are, filter out your itinerary by day, and plot things on the map while automatically filling it out in the spreadsheet. You can do that by clicking the Add Place button, typing in a location, and then clicking Save. The second main component of Travel Mapper is a pop-up that shows when you click Edit Trip. This pop-up gives more space to edit, organize, and plan your itinerary with its various tools. You can drag and drop to reorder your itinerary and edit information directly in these cards. You can see our itinerary in a much larger map with the same filtering capabilities as in the sidebar. You can also view an email-friendly summary and also export your itinerary to Google Maps. Travel Mapper is mainly a web-based app and is meant to be used on your laptop. Therefore, most of the planning is done in your browser. However, you can use Google Maps on your phone to view your exported itinerary. Once you've exported it, open up Google Maps, tap Saved, then tap Maps and select the itinerary you exported. Now you can see all of the locations and navigate to them while you're on your trip. If you're not familiar with Google Sheets though, some of the aspects of the UI may be harder to find and it may take some time getting used to. There's a steeper learning curve to it as well compared to TripAdvisor. Because of these reasons, I'm rating Travel Mapper's user experience and learning curve a solid 3 out of 5. The third app is Wanderlog, and it's a good overall planner with lots of features. You can do detailed planning and works with the browser and your mobile phone. The mobile app, despite the limited space, packs a bunch of functionality and you can do everything on it as you can do in the browser. You can see a map with all your activities and places pinned to it with color-coded markers. The app also suggests things to do and places to see directly in the app without having to leave it. However, I do think the mobile app does seem a little bit cluttered and any serious planning will need to be done in the browser where there's much more real estate. This is the user interface of the browser version of the app. You can explore places and things to do, add reservations and other attachments, view your budget, add customized notes and reminders, and see recommendations and places to add to your itinerary. Here's your itinerary. You can move items around and you can add notes between items with this plus icon. On the right side here, you can see a detailed map. You can filter the map by clicking this icon and then selecting what you want to see from your itinerary. Similar to Travel Mapper, the trade-off between simplicity in the UI and functionality is apparent. As a result, Wanderlog can take some time getting used to, and is just a little cluttered for me. But because of its speed and decent user interface, I'm going to rate Wanderlog's user experience and learning curve a 4 out of 5. The next app we'll be looking at is Tripit. Tripit is similar to Wanderlog in that it is a decent overall travel planner and you can get pretty detailed planning done as well. It has both mobile and web apps, and recently, the web app thankfully got a UI upgrade, making it much more user-friendly and pleasing to the eye. Clicking into your trip will allow you to see your itinerary in chronological order. All the information is laid out cleanly and simply with no more buttons or icons than necessary. To add a new item to your itinerary, just click the Add a Plan button. You can select from a variety of plans and each have their own customized inputs. Let's choose an activity. Here are all the fields that you can enter information into. You can add a title, the start date, the end date, the start time and end time, and then automatically search for the address of the place. If there isn't enough detail, you can choose to add a note as well. This will capture any information that other plans don't, or if there are no input fields for. Here is some footage of the mobile app. I would say that the mobile app is as good as the browser version despite working with a smaller area. You can do all the same things in your phone as you can do in the browser. The only nitpick I have of Tripit is that you can't reorder the items in your itinerary easily. Unlike the other apps where you can drag and drop to change your itinerary, you can't do that with Tripit. Overall, Tripit is super easy to use and learn and has a great UI except for that reordering issue. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 for user experience and learning curve. The last app we'll be looking at is Roadtrippers. It's slightly different from the other apps because it is focused on road trips. You can do decently detailed planning and the items you add to your itinerary are referred to as waypoints. The browser version predominantly shows the map and the route that your road trip will take. The information shown is just enough to give you a good idea of what it is, but not enough to overwhelm you with the data. Here is your itinerary and it is made up of your waypoints. You can click into each waypoint to fill out more details like your arrival date, budget, notes, and more. At the top here, you can look for places and things to do from a variety of categories spanning sites, campgrounds, gas stations, overnight parking, and more. Selecting a category will show all the places on the map. Click on each place to read all about it. The mobile app interface is just a bit busy but has all the functionality of the browser version as well. Here's your itinerary. Tap into a waypoint to edit its information. To see your trip on the map, tap Load Trip on Map. You can cycle through your itinerary waypoints at the bottom here. If you use a search bar and select a category, Roadtrippers will bring up all the locations that match that filter along your route. This makes it super easy to check out stuff along the way, as well as make plans beforehand. The overall rating I'm giving for Roadtrippers' user experience and learning curve is a 4.5 out of 5. Now let's talk about each app's features and capability. This section should answer questions like how well does the app help me plan? How many powerful features are there? Does it save me time? How well does it keep me organized? I'll briefly expand on each app's map utility, how good their suggestions and recommendations tools are, how well they organize information, automation, and collaboration. TripAdvisor has a vast collection of all travel-related activities, points of interest, tourist attractions, since that's the business they're in. You'll be able to search for these things based on location. This is something they do very well. However, their map utility is below average and is limited in size. You can only see your saved items on the map after you've saved it into your itinerary. This makes it difficult to plan things around each other. Also, you can't plot custom locations on the map like airports or Airbnbs. You can only plot items from their database. As for collaboration, you can easily invite people to view your itinerary with a link, but your friends will need to sign up to TripAdvisor to edit the trip. Overall, I rate TripAdvisor a 2.5 out of 5 for its features and capability. Travel Mapper is very capable in many aspects of travel planning. Organize your information with hyperlinks to web pages or YouTube videos, add detailed notes, color code and categorize your itinerary, and make a detailed budget. The map is much less restrictive than TripAdvisor's. The map can be maximized to utilize as much space as possible, and they can be filtered by day and category. Automation with Travel Mapper also saves you a lot of time. For almost any location you can think of, Travel Mapper will automatically find the address and plot it on the map as long as you have the place's name. No need to copy and paste. Taking it a step further, Travel Mapper will generate Google Map links for you to navigate to with one tap on your phone while on your trip. Also, you can export your itinerary to Google Maps and see all the locations in your Google Maps app directly on your phone. This also helps you navigate on your trip. Sharing is easy as you can email a well-formatted itinerary summary to anyone and collaborate with others just using Google Sheets sharing function. Your friends just need a Google account. Travel Mapper's capabilities are very powerful, so I'm rating it a 5 out of 5. Wanderlog is also very capable. The best feature they have is their recommendations and research tools. They provide relevant suggestions for individual activities, places to see, restaurants, etc. directly in the map as well as in the itinerary. They also suggest things from YouTube and TikTok to give you more context in your planning. The map is also designed well, and you can filter the markers to show your itinerary by day. They are also color coded and the information is nicely displayed. The automation offered by Wanderlog is also very good. It will automatically scan your Gmail and import relevant items to your itinerary. It will optimize routes for you so that your itinerary items are clustered together for more efficient traveling. You can also export your itinerary to Google Maps, but the last time I used this feature, it was slightly buggy and did not work every time. Finally, sharing is easy but requires your friends to also have Wanderlog in order to edit the trip. For these reasons, I'm rating Wanderlog a solid 4.5 out of 5. Tripit's capabilities are somewhat limited. It doesn't have a map that shows all the places in your itinerary at once. It doesn't have much automation capabilities aside from getting the address of a location. it doesn't have any recommendations in the app either. The best feature of Tripit is its ability to organize detailed information ranging from what type of cuisine a restaurant serves to the email address of a specific point of contact. Another good feature is that you can export your itinerary to your calendar using a .ics file. As for helping you navigate on the trip, Tripit does have features to alert you about travel updates like terminal changes, flight delays, etc., provides you with airport maps, and generally guides you to where you need to go. This is something that Tripit does that stands out from the other apps. However, in my opinion, it's not really worth it unless you're completely new to traveling. Overall, I rate Tripit a 3 out of 5 for features and capability. Finally, Roadtrippers. Roadtrippers' recommendation engine is very good. They have blog-like guides similar to Wanderlog and can find the best places to visit near your route directly on the map. A lot of the relevant information is there and it is easy to digest. Roadtrippers map has a very cool feature that suggests places along the route of your road trip within a certain specified radius. If you select locations on the map will reroute your trip to include it automatically. The map is comprehensive and you can see your entire itinerary on the map as well. Another cool feature is that Roadtrippers will estimate how much gas will cost you. You can organize your itinerary with decent detail by adding notes, arrival date, links, and more, but it lacks categorization and color coding. Overall, Roadtrippers' functionality and capability is very good, but it is narrowly focused on road trips, which makes it incompatible for a lot of international travel planning. I rate it a 3.5 out of 5. Let's talk about price. Keep in mind that the pricing and features offered are accurate as of the making of this video. The TripAdvisor travel planner is completely free. It doesn't have ads either unless you count their own stuff as ads. Travel Mapper has a free trial and has free features, but otherwise costs as low as $12 per year, that's $1 per month, for these premium features. Wanderlog operates a freemium app. The premium version is the most expensive and will set you back $49.99 per year. These are the premium features that come with the app. Tripit is free except for the live updates and navigation assistance and costs $48.99 per year. Finally, Roadtrippers is free up to 7 waypoints in your itinerary, and for everything else listed here, it is $35.99 per year. Alright, let's summarize everything and briefly go over the pros and cons of each app. TripAdvisor's planner is free, easy to use, but lacks key travel planning features like adding custom locations to the map, like airports and Airbnbs. You can add notes, but you can't categorize anything or add hyperlinks. Travel Mapper is a detailed and capable planner built into Google Sheets. It has great features packed with automation, map utility, synergy with Google Maps, and is decently priced. The downsides are that the UI may take some time to learn, and planning is mostly meant to be done on the computer, while navigating on your trip is meant to be done on your mobile device using your crafted itinerary. Wanderlog is a good overall planner with lots of great features. Its user experience is very good and also has a lot of free to use functionality. By far the best part is its suggestions and recommendation tools. However, Wanderlog is the most expensive option and work with affiliates to sell you hotels. This incentivizes them to recommend hotels to you in their planner, which may take away from the planning experience. Tripit is a detailed planner with real-time updates and navigation help. It's easy to use, has good free functionality, but really lacks a good map. Finally, Roadtrippers is very capable, sports a great map perfectly integrated into its planner, and has good recommendations and automation. The downside is that it is road trip focused and not a generalized planning tool. If you're looking for a good overall planning tool and willing to pay, Wanderlog is a decent option. If you're a hardcore RVer and looking to ride off into the sunset and retirement, Roadtrippers is the best choice. For Google Sheets users and getting the best bang for your buck, Travel Mapper is the app for you. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.